Thank you.
Yeah, fine. Good morning. Anyhow.
Morning.
So in the last
Good morning.
session, we discussed about introduction class. Last class is just introduction class. And now the topic is features of Linux. What are the features we have in Linux? What is Linux? Means we know that it is an operating system. Linux is an operating system. What is operating system? Yes, anyone? What is Linux means it is an operating system. We know that. So operating system means what? Yes, anyone? What is operating system? My voice is audible. Can someone respond?
Yeah, your voice is audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine, fine.
Operating system means it's a medium where we can means it's like a medium.
Yeah. So what is Linux means it is an operating system, and what is operating system means operating system is an interface between hardware and users. Operating system is an interface between hardware and users. Because after assembling the PC directly, users cannot work with hardware components. We need an interface. Right. Directly, we cannot work with hardware components. We cannot access our hard disk. We cannot access our RAM processor directly. We cannot access. We need an interface. So that interface is operating system. When you are assembling the PC, a computer, directly we are not working with that computer. We are installing the operating system, then only we are accessing it. Even when you purchase a new laptop, nowadays they are asking us for extra 2 to 3,000 for installing operating system. And they are installing the operating system and they are giving. Right? Because we need an operating system in order to interact with hardware components. Operating system can be anything. It may be your Windows operating system or it may be your Linux operating system. It can be anything, but we need one operating system. So we already have Windows operating system, which is user-friendly, next, finish, easy to access. Then why Linux? Why people are switching to Linux? Why organizations are switching to Linux? Why technologies are coming with Linux operating system? Because there are some features. So what are that features we are discussing now? So the first one is open source. Open source means source code we get along with the operating system. Source code we get along with the operating system. Operating system is free to everyone. Operating system is free to everyone. So we can download the operating system and we can access directly. But Windows is not like that. If you want to install Windows operating system, genuine operating system, means we need to purchase license key. But in Linux, no need to purchase any license key. There is no license key. Source code is open. And it is editable also. So there is editing option also, write option also there. If you want to modify your source code, we can modify also. If you want to do any changes in your operating system, you want to create your own commands. If you want to change the commands, if you want to change the complete view of your operating system, you can do that because source code is writable. But we don't do the changes. But if you want to do any changes in your operating system, you can do the changes. If you know C, C++ 100%, then you can do that. We have that option here. Okay, but we don't do generally any changes. But if you want, you can do. If you know C, C++ 100%, we can modify our operating system also. And if all the pieces, assume you are in a network, And if you do any changes in your one computer, it will not affect to other PCs in a network. Okay, so I'm repeating again first points. Open source. Source code we get along with operating system. So operating system is free to everyone. And if you know C, C++ 100%, you can modify your operating system also. That is first point. And second point is multitasking, capable of running multiple applications. And this feature is there in most of the operating system. Even in Windows also we have the feature. We can open multiple applications at a time. We can process also. We can run all the applications at a time. Like you can open Adobe Reader, same time you can listen the songs, you can open Maya software, you can open TeamViewer, you can open multiple applications and you can do multiple tasks. This feature is there in most of the operating systems. And third point is multi-users. Multitasking, multi-users. See, can anyone tell me how many types of operating systems are there? Any idea how many types of operating systems are there?
Two types.
Yeah. Yes. Types of operating systems. Any idea? Okay, I will give. Single user, single task operating system, single user, multitask operating system, multi-user, multitask operating system. So there are three types of operating systems we have. Okay, single user, single task, single user, multitask, multi-user, multitask. Single user, single task means only one user can log in and that user can perform only one task. If they open already one task, they cannot open another application. If already they are open one application, they are doing something process, they cannot open another application. If Word is open, at the same time they want to listen the songs, they cannot do that like that. So example for this is DOS. Disk operating system, that is the first operating system. So in DOS operating system, only one user can log in and that user can perform only one task. And next one is single user multitask. Here also, how many users list it is displaying. When you log in, how many users list it is displaying. Still, only one user can log in and that user can perform multitask. Only one user can log in, but that user can perform multiple tasks. Like they open Adobe Reader. Same time they want to listen the songs. They can listen the songs. They want to watch the movie. They can watch the movie. Like that. Multiple tasks they can do. But only one user can log in at a time. If they want to log in into another user account means they will log out from one user, then they log in into another user. That is single user multitask. Example for single user multitask is Windows. In Windows, you can perform multiple tasks. You can open multiple applications and you can work. But as only one user. If you want to log in into another user, means first we log out from one user, then we log in into another user. That's for single user. Multitask. And next one is multi-user multitasking. Here, multiple users can log in at a time, and every user can perform multitasking. Multiple tasks they can perform. At a time, multiple users can log in. See, here how I open multiple tabs like that. There, in every tab, you can log in as one user. Okay, and they can perform multiple tasks. An example for multi-user multitasking is Linux. In Linux, multiple users can log in at a time and every user can perform multiple tasks. I'll show this practically. Whatever I'm explaining as features of Linux, everything I will show practically. Every point I'll show practically. Okay, so this is also feature of Linux. Multiple users can log in. So first is open source code we get along with the operating system. So operating system is free to everyone. And we can modify the operating system as per our requirement. If you know C, C++ 100%, then we can do that modification. And multi-user multitasking. Multiple users can log in at a time and every user can perform multiple tasks. And next one is portability. Portability means can be installed on all hardware architecture. We don't require any specific hardware environment. It works with any hardware environment. If you take AIX server, it requires IBM components. Where we have IBM architecture, there only we can install AIX server. Like that, some operating systems are there. They works with specific hardware environment only. But Linux works with any hardware environment, even Windows also. It works with any hardware environment. And in Linux, it works with least hardware environment also. If we have 10 GB RAM, 512 MB, 10 GB hard disk and 512 MB RAM also, Linux supports that. It works with least hardware environment. Okay. So these points are clear, what we discussed. Can someone respond? Is these points are clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Done. And all these points, I will share the notes in Telegram, as well as you will get the videos also. But Telegram, once you paid, don't forget to join in the Telegram group, separate group. They'll create separate group for our batch, the 7 a.m. batch. So just add into that group. Okay, I'll share all the notes there. I already told yesterday, right? And next. Continuation, scalability. Same operating system can be used on desktop PC to supercomputer. Operating system is same here. If you observe, in Windows, there are two types of operating system in Windows. One is server operating system, one is client operating system. First of all, what is server? What is client means? Client means which request for the services. Client means which request for the services. Server means which provides requested services. Server means which provides requested services. We call server. Right. So in Windows, we have client operating system, server operating system. It means client operating system is separate, server operating system is separate. So client operating system means 95, 98, ME, XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11, client operating systems we have. Server operating system means NT, 2000, 2003, 2008, 2012, 2016, server operating systems are there. So the client operating systems are separate, server operating systems are separate. Right. So now you want to use your laptop or desktop as a normal client PC, desktop PC, we install client operating system and we'll do our work. Now you want to configure some servers like DNS, DHCP, FTP, something, servers, Active Directory, servers you want to configure. Excuse me. There we install server operating system. Once client operating system is installed in your PC, if you want to configure some servers, that is not possible in Windows. What to do then? Remove client operating system, then install server operating system. Then only you can use servers. So what is the difference between client operating system and server operating system in Windows? Means in server operating system, you will get along with the services. In this, all the services are available in server operating system, means ISO emails, but they are in disable mode. After installing server operating system, if you want to enable, means activate, you can activate the service. Coming to client operating system, you will get the client operating system without any services. That is the difference between client operating system and server operating system in Windows. You may know this already. And coming to Linux operating system. In Linux operating system, there is a single operating system. There is no separate operating systems like clients and servers. There is only one operating system which you can use as a client as well as server. Now, if you installed Linux operating system, you want to use your PC as normal client PC, normal desktop PC, you can use it. All of a sudden, if you want to install any servers, if you want to configure servers, you can configure in the same operating system. No need to uninstall it. Same OS works as a client as well as server. There is no separate operating system. So if you want to be Linux administrator, if you learn one operating system, that is enough. You can handle your client PCs as well as server PCs. Commands are same. But coming to Windows means client operating system is separate, server operating system is separate. Settings are different, configuration is different. If you want to be Windows administrator means you should be aware of client operating system as well as server operating system. You should know all the configurations of clients and servers. But coming to Linux operating system, as I told you, there is only one operating system. So whatever the commands we learn, so that commands works in client PCs as well as server PCs. So normal desktop PC to supercomputer operating system is same. So generally what operating system or what commands you are using in your PC, the same commands in real time also we use. That is the advantage here. So no confusions you will get. This point is clear. Scalability is clear.
Yes.
Done. And next one is reliability. So last service has been successfully been running without any downtime. No downtime. Normal from many years servers are working without any downtime. No need to restart the computer also. In Linux, no need to restart the computer. 24/7 it works. Generally, if you do any changes, if you install any software, if you uninstall any software, or if you update your antivirus also in Windows, will restart the computer. Right. But in Linux, no need to restart the computer. Without restarting only, it will update everything. No need to restart our computer also. See, generally in Windows, if there are any new updates, new patches comes, it will ask you to restart the computer or shut down the computer. If you have your laptop genuine operating system you are using, if you observe sometimes when you're trying to shut down, there you can see new updates are available. If you want to update, restart or shut down, you'll get that option. You can see that. So once updates are updated, it will restart the either it will restart the computer or shut down the computer. Okay, so that is in Windows. Even if you are in an organization as an administrator, Windows administrator, Microsoft people will send patches, means updates. Every Thursday evening or Friday, they will send patches. New updates they will share. So what administrators will do is they will install the updates, all the patches they will install. Patches are nothing but updates. In technical terminology, we call it patches. Okay, so they will update all the patches. Once everything is updated, means all new updates are updated, it will ask to restart the computer. So administrators will restart the computer, but before restarting the computer, they will give downtime to employees. They will tell like 10 minutes downtime, 15 minutes downtime. They'll give the information to employees. Or they will do either night time or lunch break time, they will do the updates. Because after updating everything, system will get restart. Once your system server is restarted, entire network will go down. All the applications will stop and again they will on all the applications. Right? That is downtime. If you observe, sometimes when you are doing any online transitions like using Google Pay, Phone Pay, you're doing online transitions, means you can observe that a server is down temporarily. You'll get that message. When the main servers, mainframes are restarting, you'll get that information message. Because it required restart. Then only it updates everything. It takes the changes. But coming to Linux, no need to restart the computer. Without restarting the computer only, we can update. How means there are some commands. Using commands, we can update everything to kernel without restarting the computer. This point practically, I will show. What is this course? Linux. Okay. You may see or not because we are in shell scripting course. No? In Linux administration course means definitely I'll show this practically. But we are in Unix shell scripting, Linux shell scripting course. No? So here Linux basics only I will explain. Then I will switch to shell scripting. In Linux administration course, practically also we will see this regularly. If possible, I will show for you also without restarting how it will update everything. Okay, so a reliability because no downtime. Without restarting the computer, we can update everything. How we update everything without restarting the computer means by using commands. There are some commands to update without restarting. So this point is clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, madam.
And next point is security. Linux is secure. Linux is secure because inbuilt IP tables are there. IP table is nothing but firewalls. In Windows, we call firewall. In Linux, we call IP tables. Even in Windows also, we have firewalls. So, depends on your requirement. If you want, you can enable, you can disable. And SC Linux is there, secured enhanced Linux. IP tables are used to secure networking files, and SC Linux is used to secure local files. Linux is secure because inbuilt IP tables are there. IP table is nothing but firewalls. First point. Second point, Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. If you want to log in into Linux, if you want to create file, if you want to create a directory, directory is nothing but folder. If you want to create a directory, if you want to copy, if you want to move, whatever, even if you want to enter into your directory also, if you want to open your file also, we use commands. For everything, we need commands. So without knowing commands, others cannot access your computer. If you want to do any configuration, server configurations you want to install any applications you want to run, for everything we need commands. So Linux is secure because it works with command line interface to configure anything. Even if you want to create a file also, we need a command. So it is secure. Don't think it is difficult. It works with commands, but it is not at all difficult. And no need to remember all the commands also. All the commands I will share, I will explain, and I'll make a note and I will share with you. So just follow the notes, do the practicals. Easily you can do the practicals. You can understand. Okay. So Linux works with command line interface, so it is secure. And next, Linux is secure because it doesn't support exe files. No next, finish. No auto runs. It doesn't support exe files. So that is also one reason why Linux is secure. And Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. Without password, we cannot log in into any user. In Windows, it is not like that. If it is showing users list, when you switch on your computer, when it is showing users list, if you click on any user account, if there is no password to that user, and if you click on that user account, it will log in automatically. It will not ask for the password. But coming to Linux, here for every user, password authentication is compulsory. When you created a user, you should generate password also. So if there is no password to user, when you log in, when you switch on your computer, and when you are trying to log in into any user, it will ask for the password. So if there is no password, we cannot log in into that user. Then how to log in means create login from another user where you have the password, means login from the super user administrator. Then generate the password to your user, then you can re-log in. Okay, that I will show practically. This point I'll show practically. Okay, so for every user, password authentication is compulsory. Without password, we cannot log in into the user. So
Sorry,
others
madam, I was
cannot
disconnected. What is the AC Linux?
SC Linux means secured enhanced Linux. It is used to secure local files.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm repeating, Linux is secure because inbuilt IP tables are there. SC Linux is there.
Okay.
IP tables are used to secure networking files, and SC Linux is used to secure local files. And the second point, Linux is secured because it works with command line interface. So without knowing commands, we cannot configure anything in Linux. So it is secure. If you want to do something in Linux operating system, first of all, we need to know commands. So others cannot access our computers without knowing the commands. And Linux is secure because it doesn't support exe files. No next, finish, no auto runs in Linux. Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. Without password, we cannot log in into any user account. That is also one of the reason why Linux is secure. And next, Linux is secure because we can encrypt a file by assigning password. We can encrypt a file by assigning password. Encryption means what? Converting into secure format, right? Say for example, now you have a file. Take Windows example. You opened one notepad. We created some content in that notepad. Maybe your office details, personal information, passwords information, account details, whatever it is. So you added some important information in your notepad and you saved that notepad somewhere in your computer. Okay. So now I don't know where exactly your notepad is there, but I know that there is an important information in your notepad and I have access to your computer. I have access also. Now tell me, if I try Can I get your notepad? Is it possible for me to find the notepad and access the content? Because I have access to your computer. Tell me, is it possible for me to find the notepad? Anyone?
Yes, Durga.
Yeah. See, I may take time. I may take 1 day, 2 days, or 1 week time. I may take because I don't know where you saved. So I will check one by one, every folder. I will check. It may take time, but definitely I will get the notepad. Once I double click on the notepad, I can see the content in clear text. That is in Windows. But coming to Linux, in Linux, once you created a file and you added any important content in the file, you can encrypt that file by assigning password. By assigning password, we can encrypt that file. And now assume you created a file, you added some important content into the file, and you encrypted that file. And you saved in desktop itself. Not in a secret place. In desktop itself, you saved that file, assume. Now, when I try to open your file, when I try to see the content of your file, it will display the content in encrypted format, which I cannot understand. I'm repeating, you created a file and you encrypted that file by assigning password. How to encrypt the file, I will show practically. We have that session. Okay, so when you encrypted the file and saved, and I'm trying to check the content of your file, it will display the content in encrypted format. So I'm unable to understand the content. Now I'm trying to open your file. When I try to open your file, it will ask me for the password. Without password, I cannot open your file. See, when I am trying to check content, it is displaying the content in encrypted format. When I am trying to open the file, it is asking me for the password. So without password, I cannot open your file. So it is secured. Here, one point is to understand in Linux, to check content, we have separate command. To open file, we have separate command. But in Windows means just if you double click on the notepad, you can check content and we can open the file notepad also, right? But here we have separate commands. To check content, we have separate command, simple, cat space file name. To open file, we have separate command that I will show you. It is not at all difficult. Don't think many commands are there. It is difficult to remember. Don't, not at all like that. Don't think like that. It is easy only. Okay, so Linux is secure because we can encrypt a file by assigning password. Once a file is encrypted by assigning password, no one can access your data. That is also one of the reasons why Linux is secure. And Linux is secure because there is no setup files in Linux. Everything you will get as a configuration file. No setup files. Everything you'll get as a configuration file. We need to configure manually. If you want to configure any servers like DNS, DHCP, FTP, whatever servers you want to configure, you'll not get any setup files. No, next, finish. We need to open one file, text file. We need to configure there manually. So as an administrator, what you are configuring, your system accepts that only. And you can also encrypt that configuration files. So once you created any server and you encrypted that server by assigning password, you encrypted that configuration file. Others cannot do any modifications without your permission. So that is also one reason why Linux is secure. I'm repeating security points. Linux is secure because inbuilt IP tables are there, means firewalls are there. And Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. Without knowing commands, we cannot configure anything. Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. Linux is secure because it doesn't support exe files. Linux is secure because we can encrypt a file by assigning password. And Linux is secure because there is no setup files. Everything you'll get as a configuration files. These are the few reasons why Linux is secure. Okay, so is these points are clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Done. And these points also, these notes also I will share in the Telegram. Everything I will share in the Telegram. Notes I will share. And when you are repeating the notes, when you are reading the notes or when you are doing the practicals, if you have any doubts, you can message me on the Telegram group also. Okay. Once you paid, ask them to add you into the Telegram group. Don't forget to add into the Telegram group.
Okay.
There I will share everything. As I told, you can message me also if you have any doubts. So, these are the reasons why Linux is secure. And performance-wise also, comparing to Windows, Linux is performance-wise faster because Linux works with command line interface. So, no graphics are required. Windows works with graphics. Processor work is more there. But in Linux, it works with command line interface. Graphics we can use in Linux also. GUI mode also we can use. That is option. So when you are using command line interface, black screen with white fonts. So it doesn't require more graphics. So it is faster comparing to Windows. And also there is a concept called swap memory, means virtual memory, which is used to increase the performance of physical memory, means RAM. Swap is used to increase the performance of physical memory. While installing the operating system, I'll create swap memory. Okay, so swap also one of the reason while to increase the performance of Linux operating system. Swap memory is used to increase the performance of physical memory, RAM. See, so for example, if your RAM size is 2 GB, we can create virtual memory, swap memory, okay, with 4 GB. And you can add that 4 GB to your 2 GB RAM, physical RAM. Now you have 2 GB RAM. If you are adding virtually 4 GB means what is the capacity of your RAM now? 6 GB. So while sending the data and receiving the data, it can take 6 GB of data. When it is taking 6 GB data, the performance will increase, right? So that is also one reason why it is faster. Comparing to Windows, why it is fast, performance-wise. So two reasons, one is command line interface and another reason is swap memory, virtual memory. Okay. So is these points are clear to everyone?
Yes.
Done. So these are the features we have in Linux. Why Linux means these are the features. Okay, in Linux administration course means all these features I will show practically as we are in shell scripting. Some of the points I will show practically here because all the concepts we are not going to discuss. Only some points we are going to discuss here that I will show practically. Okay, and again I'm telling. So remember, any doubt is there, you can ask me and you can message me on Telegram also because in 1 hour class you may not ask the questions, you'll just listen the classes, or sometimes you will miss the session and you will follow the recording videos. At that time also, when you are following the recording videos, if you have any doubts, you can message me on the Telegram group. Okay, the group is permanent. After completing the course also, if you're practicing something, you're trying newly something, so definitely you can message me. I'll be there to support you. Definitely. I may not respond immediately sometimes, but definitely I'll respond. If I'm in work, if I'm taking the classes, I'll not access a mobile. I'll not open the Telegram. So at that time, I'll not respond. So otherwise, I will check and I will respond definitely. I'll help you out. Okay. And notes also, I will share you on the Telegram, and videos you will get from DurgaSoft. Recording videos you will get from the DurgaSoft team. Okay. So this is features of Linux. In tomorrow's session, I will explain file system hierarchy. What are the default directories you will get along with the operating system? So that I'll explain in tomorrow's session. And in order to practice, we need an operating system. How to install the operating system, that I will show in day after tomorrow's session. I'll share the links also to download the operating system. Okay, so we need Linux operating system in order to practice how to install it. So that also I'll explain you. And this is about today's session. In tomorrow's session, I will explain file system hierarchy, default directories of Linux operating system. Okay, so thank you for the session. Hope everyone are clear in the concept. If you are not clear, you can ask me. Remaining can log out. Thank you for the session.
Okay, bye. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.